Now we're into Follow Boss, and we're going to talk about this left column. As a reminder, to get to kind of the main page of your database, we're going to go to the People button once we're into Follow Boss, and that will take you to your list of clients. Now in the left column, as you can see, I put in non-identifying info here. So this would be the lead info that came into us. And we've got name, phone, email. We won't see an address unless it's a seller lead. So don't worry about that being blank. The relationship section is where you could add if somebody is buying with another individual, a couple, for example, you could add the relationship here. If you ever ran into the situation where both of these buyers, maybe they're a couple, have profiles in Follow Boss and you want to connect them to one source, you could push this Merge Existing Person button, and now you can connect both of those accounts to be those profiles in Follow Boss to be in one place. Then we have the details section. So this section has a lot of the important info that we will be using. So this is one of the most important sections on the left column. So it's going to have the stage that your lead is in. Remember, they come in at the lead stage. We want to change that ASAP to whatever applies. So we would click the edit button and put whether it's attempted contact, spoke with customer, etc., etc. So we would want to change that as soon as possible after they come in. This will show you the source. Where did the lead come from? If you're on Zillow Leads, it will say Zillow here. It should have your name as the agent. It will have, oftentimes if it's a Zillow lead, it will have a transfer to Zillow Home Loans button here. This is where you'll do your ZHL transfer. And then the price that they inquired on. Keep in mind that this is not the price they're necessarily buying at, but this is just the price of the home that they had clicked on initially. And then time frame. This is now an important section as we have the AI platform Batter we are utilizing, where your nurture leads need a time frame that tells you how often you should be nurturing them. As a quick summary, 0 to 3 months, we should be reaching out to them weekly. And I would make the case that if they're 0 to 3 months, they should probably not be staged as a nurture lead. If 3 to 6 months, we want to be reaching out to them bi-weekly. And then 6 to 12 months, we want to hit them once a month. 12 and beyond, 12 months or later, we want to be hitting them at least quarterly with a direct communication from us. That doesn't mean that's all you have to do. There might be people that are 12 months out that it makes sense to nurture once a month. So I encourage you to be intentional with your nurturing, stay top of mind with your clients, but those are the minimum parameters for the leads not to get swept by Batter. So that's the time frame section. My Agent Invite, this is a newer feature that Zillow has rolled out, where if you have a non-company generated lead, someone in your sphere, open house leads, etc., and you want to connect with them on Zillow and be the only face they're seeing on Zillow, that is where you could send this invite, and it will send them the link to click, and that will now connect you and them on Zillow. So great practice to do with all of your non-company generated leads. And you would just click the send invite section, and whether you want it to be text or email. Tags, that section, the one note here is never remove a tag, only add tags that apply. Some tags will be automatically added to your leads, such as they were ZHL interested, that it was a real-time tour lead. We leave those there because if there's ever a tech issue that we need to troubleshoot, that will help us understand why and when tags were applied. But it's also a way to organize your database. You may have a client for life A list, client for life B list, and C list. That's where you would add a tag of any of those specific buckets you want to add to your client, so that ultimately you could sort your database by a certain tag and reach just that audience. Background info, very, very important section. This is your note card on the client. This is all the things that help you relate to them and best serve your function as an advisor to them. So you're going to put all the details, what their dog's name is, what their kids' names and ages. Pro tip, put the date, the year that you put their age of kids in, so that you always know when you entered it. And anything that helps you identify what they're looking for in a home, A lot of the times what you hear on that first Zillow call, those little nuggets of info, let's capture and put in background info. So highly recommend using this section for any and all leads. And honestly, as you're potentially moving people to the pond, make sure you add background info to help whoever is fishing in the pond just get some insight into this client and the context. Will help them give more effective reach out via some pond calls. Social profile, that's just a generic Google search for that person's name and location. And then these custom fields are optional. It will basically kind of duplicates what you'd put in background info. But if you are more comfortable itemizing it out, all these different pieces of info, you are more than welcome to use this section, but you certainly is not required. So that is the left section of Follow Up Boss. And next video, we will look at this center section.